Good morning. What is going on? Stylist from the back room. Morning, John. How are you, buddy? We got a fun-filled week. And we got a huge announcement to make as well, too. How are you today?
How huge is the announcement? First question.
Huge. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to make this announcement for months.
Well, should we make them wait for the announcement, or should we let you just get into it?
Look, man, the website is officially live. HTBbeauty.com is officially live. We've got online shopping available, so you can place your orders if you're a licensed cosmetologist. We've got on-demand education that is available for you to watch at any given time that you want. Again, as long as you're a licensed cosmetologist. We've got beauty blogs that you can read that we're going to be putting out every week. We've got virtual live education that we could set up. We've got downloadable resources, materials that you guys can have. So it's going to be all in a centralized location. You don't have to keep calling us. I mean, you can still keep calling us, but you don't have to wait for us to email it to you, find it and email you the list, the chart, the price list, all the different things that we constantly get asked for all the time. Okay. So every week we're going to be adding something new on there as well too. So definitely keep coming back to check it out. HTBbeauty.com. It's been a labor of love that is taking the entire year to put together.
if what we've gone through with this, if that's love, I don't want any of it.
Okay. So that's a huge announcement. All right. That's a huge announcement.
That's awesome.
What do we got today? We've got, what do we talk? We're talking hair extensions today.
We're talking hair extensions. We got your quiz.
We got a beauty trend. We got a new beauty trend to announce as well too.
A new beauty trend. We've got some stuff.
We've got the motivation. So where do we start?
We start with your beauty quiz.
Bring it on. Hey, I was doing a presentation at a beauty school, so I'm confident this week. I'm being cocky this week.
I hope so, because you know what? Your questions are from the Illinois State Board Practice Exam.
Okay, I take it back. Let's talk about this. Woo-wee. All right, I haven't done one of those in 30 years. Well, okay, all right.
I just took the hair some hair cutting questions for you. Okay, because some of the stuff
you took haircut. You're going to ask a colorist and an extensionist haircutting questions. All right, let's do this.
Did you go through beauty school?
What do you got?
I've seen your license, and I'm pretty sure you didn't cut it out of the back of a cereal box,
Cracker Jack box,
whatever. Is Cracker Jack still a thing? Oh. All right. So you ready?
If you're old enough to know, you know.
If you know, you know. All right. So you ready? First one. How can split ends be repaired?
Cut them off. Burn them, torch. Everything is cleanse it with the holy fire. You need changes in your life.
Okay, here's your choices: wrapping hair, cutting it, heavy conditioner, or a protein treatment.
When you say wrapping it, are you talking about like the end papers? Bless you, the end papers from a perm wrap.
Yeah.
How cool would that be if you could just wrap it up and then fuse it in with a flat iron and just melt it into the. I mean, hey, some of these over-the-counter products, I mean, that's basically what they're doing. We're laminating hair anyway. So what's the difference? Which one was cut it off? Or was that the second one? That was B, right? Cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to cut it off.
Yeah, cutting. The only way you're going to get rid of split ends is by cutting them off. We've had this debate. Actually, you and I had this debate with Bernard on over on Two Guys Chat about split ends. If you remember that, it was a few months back.
You cannot fully recover and repair. You can mend it to look presentable to get you by, but ultimately, if the hair becomes damaged, there is no true way to fully recover and repair hair. I will say that.
Right.
But yeah, you do got to cut them off.
Okay. Which of the following is not a conditioner? A dry conditioner. B, a rinse out conditioner. C, a leave-in conditioner. Or D, a repair conditioner.
What is a dry conditioner? Is not a conditioner. What is a dry conditioner?
There's no such thing. It's a
I never even heard of such a thing.
Yeah, it's a fugazi.
Okay.
These are your state board questions, my friend.
Okay.
So yes, so the dry conditioner.
State board being tricky dicky. Okay.
No such thing. They're just finding out who's still awake when they're taking this.
Yeah. Who's paying attention?
Okay.
A conditioner. The reason why dry conditioner is not such a thing is because conditioner needs to absorb into the hair, and absorption requires a level of moisture. A level of moisture means either the hair is already pre-dampened by rinsing it in the shower before you put conditioner on. Or a leave-in conditioner comes in a spritz form, in a wet spritz form, so that adds some moisture, and then that naturally absorbs and dries into the hair. But starting off with a dry shampoo, that would be like the equivalent of tossing baby powder on your head and trying to rub in powder. That's not a thing. You don't do that.
Agreed. So
thank you for the like. Appreciate it. You're awesome.
Someone likes us? What's this? What is this? Witchcraft. Somebody likes
they like they don't like us. They like the questions.
Okay. That's more along the lines of what we do. Okay, so you ready?
What you got?
What type of shampoo would be removed? What type of shampoo should be used to remove buildup? A conditioning shampoo. B, a clarifying shampoo. C, a medicated shampoo. Or D, a balancing shampoo.
Ooh, nice. Good choices, except for the first one. What was the first choice?
A conditioning shampoo.
A conditioning shampoo. That's like one of them 2-in-1 things. So yeah, no. So the answer is B. A clarifying shampoo is the correct answer. The reason why I say that's actually nice choices is because depending on the type of scalp condition you may or may not have, a dermatologist or a doctor or medical professional may actually recommend a medicated shampoo to clarify, remove, cleanse your scalp.
Right. It all depends. It all depends.
And a balancing shampoo evens out porosity, which means it evens out the condition of your hair. But that doesn't necessarily means it's going to remove all the bad buildups from your hair.
Well, and also the question about a balancing shampoo. When you're balancing, what side of the pH scale is it balancing?
Isn't it the alkalinity? The alkalinity?
Well, right. So how I mean, what is
it? True. If you're very acidic. Okay.
Yeah, think about that. If it's very acidic, so it's a play on words. I get that it's a marketing thing, but always be aware of what the pH is of the products you use anyway.
Yeah.
Public service message. Okay. Now here comes the fun one. Which of the following is not a layered haircut? Is not a layered haircut.
Okay.
A pixie. B, a shag. C, a Caesar cut. Whatever happened to the Caesar cut?
The Stooges died. They retired and they died.
Wait, who's that one actor though? He's Spanish that had the Caesar cut. He was in the Expendables movie. What's his name? He was Antonio Banderas.
Yes.
That was one of the best Caesar cuts I've ever seen executed. Anyway, or D, a bob. Which one is not?
Is it a stacked bob or is it just a classic bob? Is it an A-line bob?
Straight bob. I knew. See, when I wrote this question down, I knew you were going to go to that angle with it.
I love the bob, man. It's my favorite haircut. It's not a layered haircut, but it is my favorite haircut.
Yes, yes, the bob. The bob is not a layered haircut. So those are questions from the prep test for the Illinois State Board. Just a couple of them.
As I understand it, the state board has changed their regulations now. They are forced to do the test in thirds. Only a third of it can be sanitation, and then another third of it has to be like actual hairdressing questions, and then the last third of it is just a mixture of other stuff.
Right.
Like of cosmetology in general. So you can't have like 99 questions be sanitation and only one hairdressing question anymore.
Right. That's when I initially took it, there was like 3 or 4 different written tests. And it was a luck of the draw of what you got.
Yeah.
And then I 2-3 years ago, almost 4, I was part of a pilot program where they were I got invited to take it again, to take the written again. Because they were toying with the idea of like, how sometimes when you go to renew your driver's license, you have to go and you have to take the written every now and then.
Yeah.
So I got invited to take the written again, and I walked in, and it's all computerized now. It's not the Scantron forms, and I sit down at the computer and I burn through this thing in like 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I get up and the guy goes, "Oh, you should check your answers again." And I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure I know what, And he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Score it." He goes, "Well, once I score it, you can't go back." And I go, "That's fine." So he scored it. I scored a 97. I'm sitting there smirking.
Ooh, you missed something.
Nailed. It was nailed. I am the worst with nails. I know it was nail questions because I guessed on 2 of them, But it was just funny. But it was amazing how much I actually recalled.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the all the learning that we actually do and that we still do every day.
It's wild. No, I'll never forget my state board exam, man. It was all sanitation and all nail diseases, the ani, the oni.
Yep.
And it's like it's all spelled. It's the same freaking pronunciation. It just spelled differently.
Right.
Oh man, that kicked my butt. I think I only had like 3 hairdressing questions, and one of them was about perm, and the other one was about relaxer. Like my test was all sanitation and nail diseases. Not even doing nails, just diseases.
See,
it was rough.
The year that I was first licensed was the last year that you had to take a practical.
Nice.
And I got dinged. Because I didn't have my sanitizer bag labeled.
Isn't it funny how you remember these things, man? Like they stay with you. They stay with you forever.
Well, I'm sweating, right? I'm sweating. I'm in this room with 30 other hairdressers, right? And they have the state board people walking around with their clipboards, and this lady gives me the. Like, what? She's like, "You didn't label your sanitized bag." I'm like, oh. And it totally threw me off for the rest of the test, but I passed. That's all that matters. It's all.
That's it. And at the end of the day, this is the best advice I give every stylist, every student who just graduated. Do not wait. Register. Go take the test. You'd be surprised how much you retain. You think you don't retain, you'd be surprised how much you retain. Statistically speaking, every month you wait, you lose 2 months of information, 3 months of information.
Yeah, 100%.
So
on the upswing of that, we are, all of us that are in the salon world, we're on the cusp of holiday season, the most magical time of year. And I guess my question to you is, you know, I go heavy with the holiday promos for my clients, the promotions for, you know, products and things like that. Cause I think hair products make a great Christmas gift for someone, you know, except to my wife, because she would stab me in the face. But I think, you know, hey, you know, I think it's great. So talk to me about how you approach the holiday promo deals.
You got to understand, you know, I was having this conversation. I was having this conversation with Carmelina and, you know, one of the other ladies at the salon last Saturday. The whole thing about Black Friday sale was, you know, back then they did, I mean, accounting is still done even on the computer nowadays, but in the ledger, they would use a black ink to show, you know, profit and positive numbers. They would use red ink to show negative numbers in the whole. And it's amazing because for the most part throughout the year, you're operating either at a balance or slightly, you know, you're losing at a loss. Black Friday, that's the reason why it's called Black Friday. You are in a profitable, you know, position. So the entire year's income is generated in the holiday season. Like what we create in this next 2 months from Halloween, from October 31st through New Year's, January 1st, in 8 weeks, you produce the equivalent of all 52 weeks combined. Think about that. That is mental. How much business we are doing in 8 weeks, okay? What an opportunity to take advantage of that, to set yourself up for success and or to set yourself up for the ultimate failure if you are not prepared for that. There is a reason why these companies put together these duos and these promos and these deals and these whatevers. It sets up the habit. Once that person is doing business with you and buying from you, the likelihood of them buying from you goes up 500%. It is an insane statistic. But this is all psychological stuff that has been studied and proven. This isn't, we're just making it up.
Right.
So you gotta get people behavior set up the way you want it to be for your business. More than that, okay, forget about the profit, forget about the money. Think about this. Do your damn job the right way. If you do not set up your client for success, then you are setting them up for failure. Those are your only two options. Okay? What does that mean? If you see your client once every, what, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever the frequency is, okay? I was doing this presentation and I picked on somebody from the audience and I said, how often do you get your hair cut? She said, oh, I'm not going to be a good example for you for your question right now. Choose somebody else. Okay, now I'm intrigued. Why? Well, I only get my hair cut twice a year. I go, actually, that's perfect. That's perfect. I go, realistically, what we can do in one day that's going to set her up for success for the next 6 months until she comes back. And, you know, I start surveying the audience and everyone's like, oh, not much, there's no expectation. It's very unrealistic. I said, okay, hypothetical. Let's just say she don't come back every 6 months. What if I said she's coming back in 6 weeks? Anybody going to change their opinion? Oh, yeah, you could do this. Then it's a mindset. What's the difference? 6 weeks, 6 months. I mean, obviously, yeah, that's a long freaking time. But the mentality is you need to do this, and this for the next 6 months versus you need to do this for the next 6 weeks. But we already doing that. You want to grow your hair out. It's going to take you 6 months to grow your hair out. So by the time I see you next time, I need you to do this. So next time I can do this to you.
Right.
Next time I need you to do this, this, this. So next time I see you, we can move into this because your hair will have grown longer. And then next time, and then next time, and then next, and then it's 6 months.
Right.
So you're just breaking it down, but you got that mentality. You've got a plan, and you're setting up a behavior. You're setting up an expectation. You're setting up consequences. You're setting up somebody for success. It's no different than a diet. It's no different than a workout. The reason why they are successful is because they're broken down. You have your overall game, your goal. You break it down into smaller incremental achievable goals.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
And then you just stick to the plan. You knock it out.
Yeah. 100%.
That's my take on it.
Well, and that's it. And it's creating habits for your clients. If you really boil it down, it's creating habits, and those habits are going to set your client up for success. And that also falls into the fact of also getting your clients used to getting their products, their retail products from you and not from wherever they're going, I can get this on, I get this all the time. They bring up their, they hold up their phone and they're like, oh, I can get this on Amazon. I'm like, well, how much is it on Amazon? And they're like, well, it's this much. I go, fine, buy it from me right here and I'll give you the Amazon price. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And I put a note right on their card. They pay Amazon price for their products. And and now they're used to coming and getting it from me. Now, I got these little waterproof plastic stickers made with my salon logo and my phone number on it. And I stick it on all my bottles. So that way, when they're in the shower, like we were talking about that psychological thing, they're seeing the salon logo and the phone number every morning, every other morning, however they use their products. They're seeing it. And then that way they know, oh, I got to go back to, I'm almost out of this conditioner. I got to call John, and it's sure, come on in here. The cool part is with a lot of the distributors now is that they're having those duo promo deals or trios or whatever the holiday promos are. And you're paying, we're paying a significant amount less per each product when you buy those duos and stuff. And really, what happens when the holidays are over and maybe you don't sell all of them? You break them down and you sell them individually back at the normal price.
Oh, I don't know. I always sell out of them. I didn't know you could do that.
I used to work for a guy that come the holiday season, he would fill the storeroom closet with the holiday duos. And then when the holidays were over, after whatever was unsold, he would then break it down into individuals,
So you guys did not do your job properly. You didn't sell them all through.
Oh, look, by the time I'm done, and because I have such limited space, I that's not a worry for me because I have people that are just they go crazy when the holidays.
I don't know. The thing I like about holiday packages and deals and duos and things like that, the companies are reducing the cost of the products from the regular price, and that allows us to offset the cost savings to the consumer.
Right.
And then so we don't have to charge you as much either. It's a win-win for everybody.
Everybody wins.
It makes a great gift. Beauty gift giving now has become a thing. It's actually, instead of giving gift cards, people are giving beauty gifts.
Yeah.
Whether they're retail products, whether they're services, to the salon. Like we have seen, I mean, it's always been a thing, but the uptick in sales in regards to gift giving for beauty care products and beauty services is definitely up.
That's
That's
another thing.
true.
That's another thing that I don't know if this is on subject, but I really don't care. With those people out in our viewing, in our audience, and that we do business with that are independents, do you do gift cards? Do you do gift certificates? And do you let your clients know that you do that so they can give your services as a gift? Even if it's someone their dog walker, you can give them a conditioning a gift certificate for conditioning treatment. Those are all options, and gift certs give you that influx of cash on the front end. Because think about it, I mean, we have a box that we have so many gift cards in that we forget. 9 times out of 10, I look at Aaron and I go, hey, we're going here. I go, do we have a gift card for that? Because clients have given me so many gift cards, and we just go through and see. And it's a nice gift. It's a nice gift, and it's a way to show someone that you appreciate them.
Cool.
So that's our, we're going to be hitting on holidays the next couple episodes just to get everybody in the mode. But
it's the season, and then if we get another John will break out into a Christmas carol. He's been listening to Carrie singing. You
take Mariah Carey's name out of your mouth, okay? They are thawing her right now because they freeze her the rest of the year. We get another thumbs up. Yes, I will sing, and Eddie will sing it, right? Eddie will dance, bad back and all.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that'll be a sight to see.
So I need to talk to you about a new trend that came across my bow, a hair color trend, and a plan that you and I hatched with this trend, but we did this years ago, and it's called moonlights. Instead of highlights, they're called moonlights, and it's achievable it's basically hair painting, and it's and most of it is the underneath from, like the break point down, of hand painting in soft lights. And some of them are strong. Some of them are strong that I've seen moonlights. And you and I came up with this with, when they started coming out with all the different, blending of colors with the hair extensions. Do you remember this?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Dark hair, my personal preference is dark hair. But I love seeing subtle dimension and contrast within dark hair, And so I am so excited for this trend, the moonlighting technique. I'm so excited for it because it fits right in my personal wheelhouse of what I personally love to see in hair. The thing with dark hair is, it's just always one solid color. And a lot of people freak out and they're like, oh, if it doesn't look all evenly solid, then I don't want people to think like it's faded, or I don't want people to think like it's turning red, or, some weird adverse thing is happening. It couldn't be further from the truth. When you've got one solid color, no dimension whatsoever, no variation whatsoever, it looks like shoe polish. It looks very, very fake. There's no life to it. So having that subtleties is amazing. And now you fast forward into today with all the fashions and the trends that we have available, throwing in lighter colors. And it's up to you. It's your creative choice and it's your comfort level. Some people are going to enjoy extreme contrast. So they're going to have dark and they're going to have really, really light on the ends.
Right.
Some people are going to be more subtle. You can have from dark brown into light brown. Some people are going to be extremely creative. You can have really, really dark brown into burgundy, into violet, into red, into copper. You know, you could, there's so many options. Your imagination is your limitation. That's really what it comes down to more than anything else.
Right.
But with hair extensions, this is really the power of hair extensions. This is what hair extensions has always been. This is what hair extensions have always done, is give you this moonlighting effect quickly, simply, and easily. Hair extensions are generally attached right around the parietal ridge, right around the crest line of the head, you know, right from your temples down, okay, through all this interior, which is the majority of your hair. That's where hair extensions are applied. By the time they're applied there, by the time the hair travels down and becomes the length of whatever length it is, that's what you see. Why not have it be a little more subtle contrast? Why not have it be a little bit lighter? Why not have it accent or enhance or do, again, whatever your comfort level is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I freaking love it, man.
I love the fact, especially with the some of the she extensions where they have the ombre, where I used to hate the ombre, but an ombre extension used in this manner,
yeah,
it's veiled. It's almost, it takes me back to the early 90s, back when we were doing the peekaboo colors, you know. But I did this technique on Monday on this client. We were talking about extensions, and she didn't want to color her hair. You know, she doesn't really need to color her hair. And I was going through because, you know, we all have them, you know, our extra extensions that are left over from another job. And I found these cool auburn, they were an auburn balayage extension. I forget the number, and I'm being really bad, but if you look through the SoCap, you'll find it. And I had almost a full, huh?
The she?
I'm sorry, she. Now you ruined my story. Now I feel sad. Thanks. I hope you're happy. Anyway, with the she extensions, and it was like an auburn balayage. And so what I did is I didn't have a full pack. I had like maybe about 3/4 of a pack, and I scattered them. And it was so cool because after we did a little bit of a blending, and they just kind of were peeking out, and she loved it, and she bounced out of the salon. I got a message from her yesterday going, "I love this," you know. And the fact is that she's not committed to it. Once she's tired of it, we'll take them out, and it's back to her natural hair. Super cool. It's the way to go. It's another, like you said, it's right in the wheelhouse for extensions, where you can actually add not only, you know, extensions aren't just for length or volume. The extensions are also, you can also do color techniques with them. True or false?
You could do color techniques with it. Absolutely. The biggest winner for the moonlighting technique using the she hair extensions is my favorite is going to be in the rooted colors, R19/25. Okay. It's a medium brown into a blonde. The blonde isn't platinum. It's a beautiful, beautiful honey blonde. It's not brassy. It's not gold. A little bit more on the beigey side, but it's light enough to show the contrast. You put that over somebody who's anywhere from a level 5 through a level 7 hair color, which is pretty much 80% of the population. It instantly will add this beautiful contrast and enhancement into the hair, yet still blend in. That's the beauty of the she hair extension rooted, R19/25 hair extension. It's perfect for the moonlight technique.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so cool.
That's going to be the biggest winner this season. You know, is going to be that particular color.
And you know, quick, simple, easy. I mean, you're not doing a full head of extensions. You're actually augmenting their natural hair with it, and it's a win-win. It is a truly win-win. And I mean, how long to take a half a pack of hair out of a pack of hair out of a head.
Not even. It's done within 10 minutes.
Right.
Well, it's done within 10 minutes if you're doing, the whole pack.
Right.
If you're just popping in a couple of them, especially in the framing area, in the front face framing area,
right,
take like a minute or two. It really doesn't
yeah,
take that long.
Yeah, and it's a win-win for your clients. It's a win-win for you, and it's just another. I always use this term. It's another tool in your toolbox of skills, and for those of you that aren't, maybe certified in extensions yet. Once the holiday season is over, jump on some classes. Call Eddie. Eddie does do independent
education, education and mentoring. Yeah.
And get certified. It's huge, and
it's huge. The she hair in particular that we're talking about. You've got the rooted, like you mentioned, the ombre, the balayage. And they've got the chatouche too. So they got 4 different styles of extensions, of hair extension selection, color selection,
right,
that would fit into this moonlighting technique. It's actually phenomenal. Yeah, it could be done with hair color as well too, but really hair extensions is the way to go for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It really is. Because then you're adding volume and fullness too. You're adding that dimension, you're adding that contrast. All you really have to do is just focus on coloring the hair. The getting the base color in, and then accenting it with whichever color you decide, from your color selections.
That's dope. I highly recommend it. I personally, we've known each other a long time, and I fought back at you. You kept telling me extensions, and I didn't want to hear about that witchcraft. And since you rammed it down my throat now for the past 14, 15 years, it's been a great tool that I've used.
Think about how many hair shows we've done together. Think about how many models we have gotten where, like you get the model sheet, you get the headshot, and you get the model sheet, and then somebody else shows up, and you're like, where is this person?
Okay, can we share something real quick?
Because if it wasn't for the hair extension, this is
But along those lines, just as something kind of funny and lighthearted, I still remember it was Craigslist. The one year we put up an ad on Craigslist for models, and the nudes that you got from people.
Oh God. I thought you were talking about a different. We used Craigslist twice, and yeah, both times was.
And I still remember getting the phone call from you, and you're like, "I gotta send you these." And I'm like, "No, do not send me these pictures. Absolutely not." I just, and the funniest part is we're looking for hair models. At what point did we say we want to see? Did Eddie say, I want to see you naked?
And it's ridiculous because here's me. I'm zooming in trying to see their head. And I feel so freaking, I'm like, what am I doing with my life now? Then I gotta, now I gotta respond. I gotta respond and be like, nice picture. Thank you for taking the time to pose, whatever the hell, but can you zoom in on your head? Because I don't care about the rest of you. I just want, this is all I need right now.
Right.
You know?
But that, another thing to put into the learning queue though now is because anytime then after we ran ads, it was always just headshot only. We want to see your hair. You had to get very specific with that. But I was still funny. I still remember the phone calls. You called me and I'd be like, no, please don't send me this picture, please.
I thought you were going to talk about when we were doing the that big one in Schaumburg with that big stage, and we were backstage and the girl, she had like a mishap with her wand.
Yes.
And it's like we were totally SOL. But then we were like, all right, we're just gonna change it to hair extensions. We would just change it. We flipped it to a hair extensions model.
Yeah. Or do you remember, since we're walking down memory lane real quick and we've got a little bit of time, do you remember at America's Beauty Show, you and I are shampooing a model and there's that poor girl sitting in the shampoo chair from another company. She's in tears and they matted her whole head up. Do you remember that?
Oh.
And what it was is, and you found that, and you were actually the one that was kind of going through her hair, and you found that it was like 3 or 4 hair extensions that had just wrapped around everything else. So we took her back to the model room, and you and I got in there, and we actually pulled those hair extensions out. We saved her hair, but because whoever the assistant was at the other company didn't realize that and just turned it into a giant, it was like a bowling ball on the back of her head.
I do remember that now. You know what, man? That's such a PSA. That's such a public service announcement. If you have hair extensions and you're about to get shampooed, regardless if the person has shampooed your hair before or not, always remind the person that you have hair extensions, because somebody has a brain fart in the moment, they forget, and all of a sudden they start balling all the hair up back there. It's a disaster. I do remember that. We used the all nutrient, we used the pure oil. We drenched her hair in pure oil.
Yeah.
To protect the elasticity of her hair. And then we used our paddle brushes and we No, we didn't use the paddle brush. That's what it was. We were using the color, the metal tail comb for foiling.
Yep.
And we were painstakingly picking through her hair to pull it apart.
Yeah, but we actually turned her head back into a head of hair. But I still remember you and me digging through her hair and you seeing, you're like, holy shit, holy crap, she's got extensions. And we figured it out. But yeah, they just left that poor girl in the shampoo chair
because they didn't realize the assistant or whoever it was that shampooing couldn't wrap her mind around like how this happened.
Right.
And just left her there, ran back to whatever company they were with, explained what happened, and they abandoned the model.
Right.
They're like, well, then, we're just, we don't have time. We're not dealing with that. That's a dumpster fire. Like, write it off.
Right.
Write it off as a loss. But nobody told the model. So the model was just laying there for an extended period of time. She started crying.
Yeah. So we were like, come back to our model room with us. We'll take care of you. And I remember you and I spent about an hour.
She went back. You could hear her from across because the model rooms back there are all curtained. It's not like it's walled off.
Right.
You can hear her giving them the what for.
Right.
And then grabbing all her stuff, collecting it, and coming back by us again. She ended up being our model for the weekend. It was
So that was but just another, like you said, a PSA about hair extensions. You spend the time to put them in. You gotta teach your clients also how to maintain them.
How to maintain them properly.
How to maintain them. So with that being said, are you ready for your weekly motivation to head into the weekend?
I think the quiz and the motivation are my two favorite things. It's because I'm unprepared for both. I never know what you're going to hit me with either one. That's the whole thing.
And I don't. And when you ask me questions, I don't answer during the week.
It really is wild. It really, really is wild because then I got to come up with a whole entire response, and it's my weekly segment of having a heart. Then I get to be cold-hearted for the rest of the week. I just get to open up for this moment, and then that's it. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. This is a simple one because I hit you with a complex one last week. This is a simple one. Big goals are achieved by small, consistent actions.
This is true. This is very true. I tell Carmelina every day, Joe, what do you want to eat? I say pasta. She goes, not again. I'm like, okay, I want rice. Oh my God, is there anything else? I'm like, nope. I'm a simple guy. Pasta, rice. Okay. And then, you know, she's like, well, no, you gotta eat something. You gotta choose something. I said, fine, then I'm gonna eat you. Like what do you want me to tell you? I don't know. You just say, you make a choice, then you decide. So if I do that since I do that every single day, the bigger picture becomes by the end of the week, you know, when we're home alone on the weekend, she comes and she goes, hey, I'm thinking I'm going to make some spaghetti tonight. What do you think? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a great idea, babes. You know, if you think so, that's fine. It's because I've been every day, small little wins, been planting the seed. So yeah, the small goals, man, you got to keep going after the small goals, and it snowballs into a bigger thing.
Exactly.
And I get my pasta. That's how I get pasta every week.
Small, consistent actions will take
and I love it.
To big goals. And Eddie gets his pasta every week because of his small, consistent action.
I even made a song. I even made a pasta song.
Leave in the comments if you want to hear Eddie's pasta song at a future date.
They're amazing lyrics, man. The other thing, look, it's the first thing that popped in my mind, man. I don't know. The other thing, what makes me think about that is something a long time ago that you kind of helped me with as well too, was the debt snowball mentality.
All right.
I was in a lot of debt. Anyways, I got bad thing happened to me. I got screwed over, and I was in a lot of debt, and I was drowning. I didn't know what to do. And talking it out with you too, and you were explaining to me the debt snowball, which basically is, you know, you just take whatever. I thought I'm going to try to pay off the biggest balance first and then deal with the little ones because the interest was killing me on the big one. And the way you explained it to me was, you know, it's the opposite mentality. Go after the little stuff first. Those are more readily achievable and attainable. Knock those out. And then whatever you're paying into that little thing,
right,
add that into the bigger thing, and then into the bigger thing. Now the bigger thing's not so big no more.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's the other thing that man, yeah, those are really two huge things that just popped in my mind.
Yeah. And professionally too, the little things you do equal the larger picture. And be that as in getting in 15 minutes before your first appointment so you can prep, so you can prepare. If you make a habit of that, then you're set up for the rest. You set yourself up for the rest of the day. We all have, you know, for me personally, I get in 15 minutes and I look to see who I have, who's color, who's what. If my color clients, I pull their cards because I go by, I have a card system. I pull their cards so I have an idea of what I'm going to be looking at. I mean, then we do the consultation and sometimes that's a moot point, but I'm in the habit of doing that now. I'm in the habit of getting myself set up, like you always talk about, you get your station set up when you get in. You put all your brushes, everything out. I do the same thing. I set myself up because then the little things make the big things that much easier. And as far as also little things, I always ask for referrals from my clients. I always ask, I always ask them, hey, let's book your next appointment. These are all little things that turn into bigger things in a business. And especially now we're 6 weeks out from the big holidays. I'm telling them, I tell all my clients holidays are booking up. Let's get you booked now so you get the time you want and you and I aren't stressed out. And they're like, yeah. It's those little things that build into big things. And,
it's huge.
And those are just some of the things. But if we create positive habits, you're going to win in the long run is what that tells me. And I hate working out. I hate it, but every morning, you know, Aaron's throwing an elbow at me at 4:30 in the morning. Hey, let's go. And I'm like, okay. And then, no, seriously, dude. I love my wife more than anything in this world, but I'm backing the car up and I'm just like, you know, but by the time I get there, it's a habit now. And on days that we don't go, I kind of feel a little off. It's, you know, and it's just creating those habits. So with that being said, we have come to the end of another fun-filled SFTB week. Just to reiterate everything Eddie said, check out the website, htbbeauty.com. It is your new go-to place for everything, from education to being able to shop online. It's super cool. I was one of the first ones, and I got my order was waiting on the doorstep yesterday. Super cool, easy. And we're going to have education on there. We're going to have, online classes, also in-person classes. We got so much going on, and we now have a new central point for everything HTB Beauty. We will be back with you guys again next week. If any of you guys ever wonder what our poor second half, our other halves look like, in December, we are going to be doing a wives show. Just to give you
cool.
Just to give you a little preview.
It's going to happen. We're going to make that happen.
Oh yeah, Aaron's in. So you guys are gonna get to meet the poor women that have to deal with us on a full-time basis in December. So just to give you a little foreshadowing. Guys, thank you so much, everybody that stuck with us this whole hour, and everybody that comments and kicks into us. We greatly appreciate you all. And we're back, same bat time, same bat channel next week.
Have fun. Catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.